name is Jody Ludvigson. This is not about politics. We know that by standing up here and speaking that some may accuse us of being political. This is not about politics. This is about MPOA betraying the trust of the public by bringing up a young girl's traumatic experiences for political reasons. This is not acceptable, no matter what MPOA was trying to accomplish. There can be no justification for them to rehash a case from years ago because they think it will score political points. The victims of any type of case should never have to wonder whether their case will be put in a mailer for the entire community to read because the police think they can use it to their advantage. Everyone in our community, including all of our elected officials, should be able to say that what MPOA did was wrong. The next step is for an investigation into MPOA's letter to determine the laws, ordinances, and/or policies were violated by engaging in this conduct. We know it was morally reprehensible and that it showed extremely poor judgment from all involved. But was it also illegal? The question is whether or not those responsible can ever be trusted again by the community. We formally request that the council and city manager engage in an investigation and the proper consequences be implemented. Thank you.
Jody Thornley. I have one question or maybe point of order. I didn't quite understand the NRS that you read, whether it was names of city personnel or private personnel, but my name as a private person was said in last city council meeting at least twice. So if you're gonna follow the rules, you gotta follow them for everybody. I feel that the mother should be able to read her statement as she has written it. I always own my mistakes. I did. My mama bear instincts came out and I contacted the family and they asked me to say something for them. He was fine with releasing his name and I did that and I own that. I said his name. I had permission, if you will, but was it the best thing to do? I don't, obviously not. And I want to apologize for that. I own that, and me alone. And it was just in an attempt to support this young man as well. He's been vilified and different things, and there's a lot more to the story. Even the other officers involved in the case that trying to just say that it's one officer and things like that. There's a lot of things in the case that are interesting in the very least. And I apologize for my part in it, for saying my friend's name that was recorded. And again, I do think that the mom should be able to read her statement as other people were not, and it appears to be something trying to intimidate this mom from speaking is how I perceived that, because he did not jump up in other meetings and tell them not to say names. Thank you.
Can I talk from a mom without naming any names?
Thank you. You're joining a call with 2 other people.
I think it's Councilwoman Black on the line also. That's Councilwoman Black, okay.
Yep, I'm here. Sorry, I was muted.
Okay, thank you. Yes,
Okay, my name is Marcia Woods. 3.5 years ago, my son was put through something he should never have been put through. I was put on a gag order. My minor children were put on a gag order. My son was put on a gag order. We were not allowed to say anything about the case. The victim in this case, her and her family could say what they wanted. So we were quiet, and in the beginning I was okay, because, the truth was on my side, and I felt like everything would be okay. But then as things come about and everything, it went through its case. My son, they were trying to accuse my son of contribute, I can't say that word, to the delinquency of a minor. It was not a sex crime. So when I get on Facebook or people are calling me, this is about your son on Facebook, that obviously didn't have road. I was livid because here we are, we're pushing my son's name again. And I'm sorry, but if my son was convicted of a sexual crime, he wouldn't be serving his country right now. Which he's doing, he can't be here to defend himself. And this is unfair. It's unfair that you brought this up. You want to play the NPOA? When I got that letter, I did not believe it was about my kid. It was 2.5 years ago. But the words that you said and the comments that people commented were just wrong. They don't know the whole story. I do. I have papers. I've got what the police report, I know what the police report is. I've got it. And I'm going to share it. Because people need to know the truth, Bob. And for you to go and do what you did to my kid, and just so many people that are talking bad mouthing my son because of you. Because they all follow you and think that you're telling the truth, and you are not. And that is wrong. That is so wrong in many levels. I thought you were a better person than this, and you're just showing me over and over again you're not. You want to blame everybody else for your mistake, and that's wrong. You were the one who brought this up. That is why I asked Jody to mention my son's name and why my son gave permission. Because we wanted the truth to be out there. We wanted people to know that this wasn't a sex crime. I feel for the people with sex crimes. I can't imagine what they have to go through. But for you and the victim's family, to use them as a way for you to gain political, it's wrong. I'm on so many levels. My son does not deserve this, not whatsoever. And you guys let it go on. You let the meeting keep going without knowing the facts, without knowing what was really going on, and it's wrong. My son is completely, this is just so completely injustice. And I'm not done. I'm not done at all. People are going to know the truth. However it has to be said, it will be said. But I had to give up once. I'm not giving up again. And my son can't be here because he's, he can't leave from serving his country to come down here just to testify and tell you his side of the story. So that's going to be me, his mother. I have every right to do this, and I'm going to battle for my son because the truth needs to be heard. And I think once you hear all the truth, you'll make up your mind what is wrong and what is right. But all I can do is provide the truth. And that's all there is for me to give. I don't need to lie. I don't need to anything else. I've got the proof. And it's going to be out there. So you too, if you want to know the truth, if you'd like to see the police report, I've got it. And you can read it and you can make a decision for yourself. I do appreciate other people that have reached out to me and wanted to know the truth. I don't think people knew I had the truth in my hands. But like me, since this case, I didn't believe, it is just so mind-numbing. I think about it and think, this can't be true, this is just a dream. I would laugh at somebody who come in and tried to tell me what happened, because I never would expect it from people that I've known my whole life. You're one, Brian. I've known you my whole life. You've known my parents, you've known, being a single mom, trying to raise 3 kids, which I say are 3 great kids. I really lucked out. And I honestly do believe that they thought because I was a single mom, I wouldn't fight back. Well, whoever thinks that, they're all wrong. Now, this is all the thing is done with my kid. They can't tell me that my kid's gonna go to jail if I open my mouth. I'm going to be opening and I'm going to be telling people the truth. Everybody deserves to hear it. It's not one-sided and everybody should know that. Everybody out there knows that there's 2 sides to every story. There is. And you know what? My kids have been through a lot and I've got 3 great kids. And I'm very lucky they are my kids. And I'm going to fight for them. And in this case, like I said, my son wouldn't be a United States Marine if he was convicted of a sexual case. I'm sorry, they just wouldn't let him in. If there was any part of mentioning anything of a sexual crime, he definitely would not be there, and I think all of us know that here. So that alone says enough for itself in everything that these people are saying. I believe the victim and her family, and using these survivors is wrong. Trying to rally against her is wrong, because she is not. I've got letters from her, from my son, I've got everything. And if I need to bring it out in public because people don't want to hear me, then I'm going to do that. Then one way to get out our message, one way for people to see the truth. I don't need to spill any lies. I'm just going to tell the truth. Okay? Thank you for letting me talk. I appreciate it.
My name is Paula Stanton, and I'm a victim of sexual assault and a domestic violence survivor. My question to you, Mayor Littman, and to the city manager is the same as the question in the email that I sent you. What am I supposed to tell the girls that I employ that come to me with questions about relationship issues where their husband is beating them, or they're afraid to leave their apartment to come to work because their boyfriend is outside, or they're afraid that the police will take their children from them if they report domestic violence and domestic assault against them? I appreciate the form letter response that I received from the city manager, but I would like to know, what am I supposed to tell them? What is the answer that I'm supposed to give? And you, sir, should be ashamed of yourself for not speaking up publicly before now about this issue. This is as a direct result of your campaign. Whether or not you endorse this action or not, you should have addressed it before now. Thank you.
Do you have any other public comment? Seeing and hearing none, we will move on. Go ahead, please. You want to?